Hello and welcome all. You are watching Football Daddy. I am Ankit Agarwal and I am joined by my good friend and co-host for all of the videos here at Football Daddy, Sakshi Maria. So today we are going to be doing something that most YouTubers doing Premier League or football related content have done way before at the starting of the season, but we are going to be doing right now for two reasons. Number one, we have just started our channels. Number two, the transfer market has just ended on Monday. All the teams have gotten the players that they could have gotten right for the time being, and also, we have seen teams playing the way they will be playing in the future for the four games till now. So we are talking about the Premier League 2020-2021 predictions. We are going to be going through our predictions for the top 10 in the Premier League. Saksham, both of us have created our own top 10 list. So right now we are going to be discussing our own top 10 list, and also we are going to be creating one final top 10 list from Football Daddy. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it, creating our top 10 list prediction for Premier League 2020-2021 season. So here we go. This is our tier list that we have created. We have Champions, Champions League, Europa League playoffs, and the mid-table glory. And we have all the 20 teams that are competing in the Premier League season this season. So we are going to be starting from the 10th position, going all the way up to the first position. We are both going to say whom we had in our own list, and then we are going to be selecting the one team which we both think deserves that position. Without any further ado, let's start with the 10th position in the Premier League table. Saksham, tell us who you had in your list for the 10th position.
I picked Southampton in the 10th position this time. If you look at the performance last season, they finished up 11th, and they had been fairly consistent last season. So this time they might do well again. And when you look at the other teams that might finish between 11th and 20th position, they look like the only team that might do fairly well against top teams.
So coincidentally, I also had Southampton in my 10th position. So we're just going to put it right here.
Nice.
So Southampton is in our 10th position. As you said, they had a good season last. The ending of the season was really good. They finished 11th. They have some really good players: Danny Ings, Che Adams, Danny Ings, the goal machine, of course, James Ward-Prowse. They also have Kyle Walker-Peters. So they have a really good squad, and they somehow find a way to just creep into the top 10, 11 position. They always have this habit. So I think a safe pick from both of us. 10th is Southampton. So going up to the 9th position, who did you have in your 9th position?
Wolverhampton. My favorite player from the team is Adama Traore. Last season he had more successful dribbles than Eden Hazard. He actually broke his record, and if I'm correct, it was around 165 dribbles in the Premier League. So yeah, Wolverhampton, we have incredible scorers in the team, and I know they might not start strong every season, but when the mid-season comes, like around December, January, they always pick up their pace. So yeah, quite a safe pick from my side.
Yeah,
I must say.
So Wolverhampton is, of course, safe pick. They always find a way to get into the top 10 always.
Yeah.
How do you think Aston Villa is up in the Aston Villa has been playing really good in the season so far. They have won all the 3 games. Last season, even though they finished, I think 16th in the league, 17th in the league, I'm not sure, but Aston Villa so far has been playing really good. Jack Grealish, Ollie Watkins, they've been really clicking together. So do you think they can get into the top 10 this season?
Aston Villa did have some really nice signings, like we discussed in our last video. Guys, go check out. Anyway, so they did sign out Matthew Cash and all, and Ollie Watkins was there, like you mentioned. So they do have a good team, but will they be able to click? The season has already started, plus we did not have such a long period for the players to practice. There were not many friendly matches. So I'm not sure. They might do well. They might finish 11th, 12th or maybe, but Wolverhampton and Southampton looks like the safer bet this time.
Yeah, so I was only playing the devil's advocate here. I also had Wolverhampton Wanderers in my 9th position.
Nice.
So they really have a good squad. Jimenez, Saez, Traore, and I think Fabio Silva that they have signed recently. Pedro Neto, really, really nice signings. And Nuno is a great coach. I think they are going to finish comfortably in the 9th position. So I'm just going to put them here, 9th position, Wolverhampton. So quickly going to the 8th position, who do you think should be in the 8th of the Premier League? Who do you think will be in the 8th position?
I think looking at how Manchester United did this season coming to the transfer market, I think it is Manchester United. Sorry, but yeah,
Okay.
I think they'll finish 8. They did not have nice signings this season. The players have not picked up the form yet. And yes, Ole did quite well towards the end of the last season, but again, we're asking too much from a man who does not have a really well finished, well polished team. 2-3 seasons ago, Manu probably had the best goalkeeper in the team, but now De Gea doesn't seem to do any good in front of the goal. He is not able to keep clean sheets, and against such great goal scoring teams, we have Chelsea, Liverpool, and all these teams. I think Manchester United might not win many games against the top 5,
Yeah,
top
I
6
disagree
teams.
with you on that point. I don't think Manchester United are
Okay.
going to finish eighth. They're going
Alright.
to have a bad season, of course, but not eighth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long season, and I had Leicester City in my eighth position. Leicester City started really good, but they have been dwindling in the past. They lost to West Ham recently 3-0. And Leicester City, are too much dependent upon, I think, James Vardy. They have Barnes, which is a criminally underrated player. People should check out, give him more attention as well. They have Soyuncu, who has come back and, was a wonderful replacement to Harry Maguire. But yeah, even then, I don't think Leicester has the capacity to go into the top 6 or 7 position this season. Even though they finished fifth last season, but I don't think they can do it this season. For me, they finished eighth. Manchester
Right.
United, though they are weak right now, but I don't think they are going to finish eighth. Uh, so since we're talking about Manchester United, I think Manchester United are going to finish seventh, and eighth for me is Leicester. What do you think?
I picked Leicester as a team that will finish 7th this season. Uh,
But Leicester also is
uh,
dependent on very few players, and it's a 38 league game. So do you think Leicester can actually survive 38 games and still finish seventh
uh,
over Manchester United?
I mean, there's one more point that we can look at is that last season, when Manchester United had more or less the same team, they did manage to finish 3rd in the table, right?
Correct. Correct.
So, all right, okay, yeah, sure. Then we can go with 7th,
So
Manchester
we are
United,
going.
and 8th, Leicester. How about
So yeah,
that?
we are picking
Yeah.
seventh. Might be a shocker to a lot of people because most of the predictions have
Hmm.
placed Manchester United in the top three or top four. So we are entering the business end of the the table, the top six. So Saksham, tell us, who do you think should finish sixth?
I think Everton. They have a really strong team. They had some really nice signings. They signed an amazing manager this time. But there's a lot of squad building they need to do right now. And they are already well established teams in the league. And to compete against them, the top 5, I think Everton might struggle. But when you look at their matches against teams that will fall just below them, they might win almost every match. But against the top 5, I think they have slight chance of winning games. So yeah, 6th Everton. I don't think I can present a really strong point that they will finish in the top 5.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, as you said, I think Everton have a very good manager right now. And they signed some really good players, and Calvert-Lewin Harris is in the form of his
Yes.
life right now.
Yes.
So Everton is a really good squad, but
Mhm.
we will get to know more about Everton this week in the game week 5 next week, when Everton is actually playing Liverpool in the Merseyside derby that they will have next season. So we are actually going to be doing a video previewing the game week 5 very soon. So subscribe to our channel to know more about it. So yeah, I think Everton is a safe pick of 6th position. They have started really well, but getting into top 5 is, I
Mhm.
think, an ask too much for them. 6th is a good place for them. They can also compete for Europa League next season.
Yeah.
Um, I think to come back to Manchester United for 1 second, they will also have European commitments this season, so they might falter in the mid season. So yeah, that is just one more argument to why Everton might finish over Manchester United this season. Coming to fifth, I'll just go first on fifth.
Hmm?
This time, I think for me, fifth this season is Arsenal, and I have my own reasons why Arsenal should finish
Cool.
fifth. They have signed some good players. They have signed Partey. They have got players extending their
Mhm.
contracts. Aubameyang. They also have Lacazette. They have got a pretty good philosophy going behind with Arteta, but I don't think that's enough to see the entire season out. On the other hand, I think the only competitor in my head for fifth position was Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur is managed by Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho has never finished outside of top four in his second season in any club that he has managed. And Jose Mourinho has also got really good players in his team this season. So that is why I just placed Tottenham a little over Arsenal this time. So for me, Tottenham finishes fourth, Arsenal finishes fifth. What do you think?
I'll say Arsenal finishes fourth and Tottenham finishes fifth. And I think I have a valid reason for that. Arsenal has signed some really good players, like last moment signing of Thomas Partey. They have been able to keep Ceballos and Aubameyang this season. And when you look at what's at stake for Arsenal and what's at stake for Tottenham, there's a lot more that we can lose if we don't finish in the top four. Rumors are that the only reason Partey and Aubameyang have made it to our team is because Arteta has promised these players that we will be playing in the Champions League next season. When you have such a huge pressure over your head, you can't lose against smaller teams. Arsenal last season was the only team after Liverpool to win so many home games. I think it was 28 home games. And Liverpool won 36 home games. So when you have this advantage that you don't lose games at home and you are able to win away games, these are the signs that show that you can finish in the top four. And coming to why Tottenham Hotspur will finish fifth, I think that's probably because the star players of the team. When you look at Dele Alli and Gareth Bale, these two are really injury prone players. So when you have teams in the attack like Harry Kane, Dele Alli and Gareth Bale who can score a lot of goals, there will be matches when these players won't be available. Then how are you going to score goals, right? So I think Spurs, just because
But
they might lose
but
from
you know
mid-season,
that
Spurs will
Tottenham
finish.
has diversified themselves so much. Like
Yeah.
they've also signed a backup striker in Vinicius. They've
Hmm.
also got a left back in
Yes.
Rekdal who can really produce good
Yeah.
crosses into the box. They have got Bale, who
Hmm.
I don't think he's injury prone. He's just golf prone. He likes playing golf, and I don't know. Probably in
Uh,
Tottenham he'll not do that much. But yeah, Dele Alli. I don't think Mourinho likes Dele Alli
yeah,
right
that's
now.
true. Hmm.
And they've also got Son, Harry
Yeah.
Kane.
Hmm.
They've got Lucas Moura. They've got Lo Celso. They've got
Hmm.
some really good team. Like they've got a really good team.
They look like a really diverse squad that they have a substitute for every position there is. But because of Jose Mourinho's strategy and how he likes to favor some players over the others,
But he gets the results. But he gets the results.
yes,
Jose Mourinho.
he gets
You
the
have to
result.
give him that.
And I really hate that park the bus philosophy. I don't know how can that make football such a beautiful game fun.
But I'll just say one thing that
Mhm.
with Tottenham this season, he has actually not been playing park the bus strategy. He has
Yes.
been going towards the team and he's scoring goals. So they're not actually playing park
Yes.
the bus so far.
And he did the same when he was managing Real Madrid and Manchester United. I think you can speak for that. And he does that when he knows that he can compete against the team, beat the top three teams or the bottom 17 teams, and he will do that because he knows that he might win against them. But when he knows that he does not have the advantage against the team he's playing against, he will fall to park the bus. We've seen him doing that for the past 15 years, I think. And yes, he has won Champions League. He can always say that. But no.
So I'll take you on that. So
Hmm.
Tottenham fifth, Arsenal fourth.
Yeah.
So for us, it might be interchangeable, but we are going with this. We are
Good.
going with Tottenham fifth and Arsenal finishing
Mhm.
fourth.
Yeah.
This is interchangeable, but we are going with this right now.
Yes.
So I think we should, go
One
into
thing I'd like
top
to mention is that if you guys want to interchange or want to create your own list, you can always check the link down below and create your own
Yeah.
list and share your screenshots with us at Football Daddy on Instagram or Facebook.
Use hashtag Football Daddy, tag us in your photos,
Mhm.
and we will repost it on our stories. So we would like to see who do you think should finish in the top 10. So coming to the third position in our list right now. So I'll go with the third position. I
Yeah.
think in the third we are going to see Liverpool finishing. I have my reasons. Why do I think Liverpool is going to finish third? Uh, First, Liverpool is trying to defend their Premier League title this season. It's tough winning a Premier
Mhm.
League. it's incredibly tough to win, to defend their Premier League title.
Yeah.
Recently, it's very rare for a team to win the Premier League and also to go on to defend it. So I don't think Liverpool can do that this season. Liverpool does not also have the depth of the squad to actually see them through the entire season. They also have European commitment. They will be playing in the Champions League. They also have other fronts to focus into. I don't think Liverpool this season have the best defense as they had last season. They have been looking shaky against Leeds. We also saw them against Aston Villa 7-2. So I don't think Liverpool can go through the entire season being the rock solid team that we saw last season. They're going to drop some points this season and they're going to be finishing third.
I think Chelsea will finish third this season, and Liverpool will finish second this season. As you said,
Okay.
it's really, really hard to defend, to be the defending champions of the Premier League. We've seen it again and again. We all miss that Alex Ferguson squad, don't we? But anyway, Chelsea have a lot more rebuilding to do, while Liverpool already has a made up squad. And
Makes
yes,
sense.
I agree that Liverpool will be focusing on Champions League this season. Like if you look at the past, Jurgen Klopp, when he came his first season, he was focusing on the Champions League. He won that. Second, last season he was focusing on the Premier League. He won that. I think this time he might shift the focus back to Champions League. But nevertheless, Chelsea has a really raw squad, a really solid one, but a raw squad.
Mhm.
We saw what Chelsea did coming back from 3-0 deficit, and that's great. But I think there's that factor of experience
Yeah,
coming in play.
I
That
do agree that
chemistry.
your point makes sense that your point makes
Mhm.
sense that Chelsea still have a lot of rebuilding to
Yeah.
do, and Liverpool already have a pretty stable squad.
Yeah.
So I think we both can agree that Liverpool are not going to win the title.
Yeah, that
So
that I
I
agree
was
on.
going with, I agree. They might finish
Mhm.
second. So we are going to put Chelsea in third position,
Okay.
and we're going to go with Liverpool in the second position. So we have Liverpool in the second, Chelsea in the third. I think that just leaves with us with one team.
Leeds?
Uh,
Are you going with Leeds?
I was also going to say Leeds only. I will
Oh,
Leeds
what a
going
coincidence.
with
But
Manchester
yeah,
City.
yeah.
We are going with Manchester City as the champions. I personally got with Manchester City. I think you will also go with
Yeah.
Manchester City as the
Mhm.
champions. They have not started really strong, but under Pep Guardiola, they have made really good signings. Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, Ferran Torres. They have a pretty stable squad as well. I do think that they have what it takes to go through the entire 38 games, emerge as the victorious champions.
Again, as you said, they did have a shaky start, but um, they had some really great signings. Like last week, the main reason why City lost was how terrible their defense was, right? But they have
Yeah.
some really good signings in the defense. As the season will progress, I think they'll start putting some really good results. Last season, they did sort of stumble against Liverpool, I think, if I'm not wrong. But
They played
Mhm.
okay against Liverpool.
Yeah.
They lost 2 games home and away against Manchester United. So Ole actually
Yeah.
did the double of Manchester City last season.
Nice, nice. Pep Guardiola's squad has always been really stable, and I mean, I think Pep Guardiola is more like league type coach that can win 38
Mhm.
games a year, but when it comes to
Yeah.
home and away game like in the Champions League, he might
Makes
want
sense.
to, because he's not willing to take risk, and teams know how he's going to play every match. It's always the same.
So that was it, guys. From our end, we have selected our top 10, but we'd also like to know, who do you think should finish in the top 10 of the Premier League? As Saksham has already mentioned, you will find all of the links in the description box below. You can go to the Tier Maker website, make your own top 10 tier, share with us, use the hashtag Football Daddy, tag us on Instagram. We are at the Football Daddy. We'll be happy to repost all of your posts on our page. So we are also looking forward to what you think your top 10 should look like in the Premier League. Till the next time, goodbye, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.